Wisconsin municipalities that use electronic voting equipment are required by law to test their counting machines prior to each election to verify accuracy. Well, hundreds of cities and towns across the state use Dominion voting machines, which faced unsubstantiated allegations of fraud after the 2020 presidential election. Well, Ben Jordan's going in depth tonight. He went to Racine, where the city clerk there showed the public why their Dominion voting machines can be trusted.
This small group of Racine voters showed up to observe the city's public testing of tabulating machines to make sure sample ballots are counted correctly. They didn't want to talk on camera, but they also say they do not trust the brand of machine used to tabulate votes.
There's a lot of disinformation out there, and until the public comes and sees elections and understands how they work, I believe misinformation is going to keep being put out.
Racine Clerk Tara McMiniman says Racine County purchased Dominion voting machines 5 years ago. Flash forward to this year, and Wisconsin Elections Commission records show municipalities in these 38 counties in Wisconsin use Dominion voting machines, including these 4 counties in southeastern Wisconsin. Based on your experience using Dominion machines, should voters have any concerns about them counting correctly?
No, I'm very confident in these machines, but again, like I tell people, we have contingencies. We have paper ballots in the state of Wisconsin. We can always go back and double check the papers.
Dominion voting machines were thrown into the spotlight following the 2020 presidential election when former President Donald Trump and several allies falsely claimed Dominion voting machines were used in part to steal the election from him.
We can state emphatically that those claims are all absolute nonsense about the machines being hacked, switching votes.
Kenneth Mayer is a political science professor at UW-Madison. He says there are several checks in place to make sure tabulating machines used across the state are accurate, from pre-election tests like today to post-election audits, which are required to test at least 15% of the Dominion machines used across Wisconsin. The wards tested in Racine were found to be 99.9% accurate via a hand count.
The idea that there's kind of a black box machine that no one really knows how it works, and you have no idea whether the votes are actually counted, and it's all kind of mysterious. That's not what happens.
While Kenneth says Wisconsin voters should have full confidence their ballot will be counted accurately with any type of tabulator used in Wisconsin, he isn't surprised some still have concerns.
When people, elected officials, are purposely injecting doubt and making totally false claims about the process and the equipment, voters listen to them. And that's the reason why voters are concerned is quite simply they're being lied to by people who are saying these false things for political purposes.
Clerk McMiniman says the chips which store the vote totals were all cleared prior to this public test. They'll also be zeroed out once again so they go into next Tuesday's election with no votes recorded. Reporting in Racine, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.
All right, Ben, thanks. TMJ4 is your news source for coverage of the Wisconsin primary on Tuesday, August 9th. We're going to have live coverage in all of our newscasts that day and results on TMJ4 News at 10 and TMJ4.com.